Hi, my name is Tiago Duarte and welcome to another video tutorial here at Daily Beats. In today's video I'm going to make a bell with Sytrus and I'm going to explain you a little bit of how Sytrus works, and we are going to make a little bit of sound design. Before we start, I would like to say that today there are some construction work going on here in the place I'm recording this, and I sorry in advance. I apologize in advance for the noise if you listen through the video. Also, if you are new here to this channel, consider subscribing and activate the notification so that you know when we upload new videos. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. And if you like to support this channel, consider buying one of our products at dailybeats.pt or becoming a premium or exclusive member, and you will have access to these project files from the tutorials and exclusive videos. So guys, this is a video that I'm doing in post edition of the tutorial for today. So there is a problem with the video. I just realized that I didn't save the audio from FL Studio, so you will see me clicking on the keys, but you will not listen to any sound throughout the video. So I want to put the video because I have no video for today, but I want to put it anyway because I explain a little bit of Sytrus. You will not be able to listen, and that's a bad thing, but I also have the preset that you can load into your FL Studio, and you can download it for free in my I have a link in the description. You can download it for free and follow with the tutorial, and I'll give you explanation of the how Sytrus works, because I think there is a lot of nice content in the video that I wanted to share. And in the future I will do a video, more videos about Sytrus, and I will show you how with sound how it works. So if you don't get it in today, at least have an overview of the areas of the Sytrus, and you will be able to follow with the free download of the preset that I record. So that's it guys, I'll see you in the next one, or the video will continue now. So let's start the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is to open up Sytrus here. And okay, let's see what we have here. This is the main view of Sytrus. Let me open up this a little bit so that we can see it better. And here we have some oops, we are in effects, so maybe I have to put default. Okay, so this is the default preset. It's just a sine wave, and we are here in the main tab or main window of Sytrus. As you can see, we have plenty of windows here, and we can choose and we can control everything, and some oscillators or operators control another ones, and we can set that with the matrix here. So basically Sytrus is a FM synthesizer and is very powerful. So we have here some volume, LFO and pitch controls. Here we have the envelope, we have the filter, and then here we have a unison, so the stereoization and voices and all that stuff. We have a modulation, EQ, and quality. This is where we define the quality for the plugin. So if we do, for instance, Hender is 8 times oversampling, it's hard on CPU. So if you, so sorry for the noise. So if you decrease this, you will have less impact on your CPU, and you will be able to update or insert more instances, but the quality will also decrease a little bit. So you can check that here. And then we have the operators. Operators are basically the oscillators, and here we have 6 operators. And as you can see, this we have a sine wave, and we have here the multiplier of 2 times. And here you can, for instance, if you put 1, you decrease the octave. If you put 0, you will have nothing, so you will have no sound. And here 1, we have a low sound or a low frequency sound compared with 2 and 3 and so on. So you can check here or change between octaves here with these times. And you can also add semitones. Yeah, okay. So here we have the set frequency. So if you set this frequency, no matter what key you click, you will have always this frequency here. You can increase. So 500 here. You can listen that every time I click different keys, it has always the same frequency because we set it here. But then if we do something like this, now we have that, but we are on we have this shift regarding this one here. So we set 540, and we are now 2 times that value. So this means that we will be always key to this same root frequency, let's say. So let's put this at 0. And now we have a different name, different tone, as you can see here. So you can tune your instruments to, or use this synthesizer to, or the output of this oscillator. You can sync it or put it on a different pitch in the notes. And okay, so we have a couple more options here, but I'm not going to dive into too much on these ones because it can take a lot of time. Then we have here the shape of the oscillator. We can change it, as you can see here. We can also add this SH, which is the shape. We can decrease or change the shape as we want, so we can do several combinations. This is actually a nice sound. Okay, so let's leave it at sine. Then we have here this envelope, and we can click on it on each node and move it around. Here we can alter the shape of the curve. And to enable this envelope, we have to click here. For instance, if I put something like this, now we are decreasing, or not decreasing, but we are changing the shape of the output of this oscillator, because we are in the volume envelope, and then we can, inside the volume, automate or apply LFO, key mapping, mod X, mod Y, and so on. And you can do here that with everything. So let's say the panning here. We can do this we can, for instance, apply an envelope to the panning, to the pen, and we can enable it here, and then it will go from one side to the other. So if I do something like this, you will see that now the sound is more prevalent in the left, or in the right actually. And here, like this, you can see that from one side to the other, you will do something like this. So it will go from right to left, I think, whatever. So you can mix the states, and this you can apply several envelopes to, or apply an envelope to the panning, and to the velocity, and to the modulation, pitch, phase, dampening, and oscillator. So as you can see, we have very powerful tools. We can control a lot of parameters, and that's why sometimes Sytrus is so complicated, and sound design on itself, it's complicated because of that. You have a lot of flexibility here. You can control a lot of stuff, but it's also hard to control it, or to understand how to control it, because there are too much controls to understand. So it's okay. It's good that you have an overview of what you can do. So you can do volume, panning, and you can apply all these other effects. I don't want to call them effects, but envelopes to all these parameters here. So you can do the panning, volume, mod, which is the modulation, pitch, phase, dampening, and oscillator. So as you can see, you have a lot of control, and you can do that to all of the operators. Then we have a filter section 1, 2, and 3, and it's the same for everyone. So now, and here in filter 1 you can see that you have several types of filters, but it's basically EQ. And then you can apply again volume, envelope to the volume, LFO, key mapping to the volume, LFO to the volume. So these ones here are related with the top one. So if you go to panning, you can add again envelope shape to the panning and so on, and to this all these parameters here. And it's the same. And let's say here we have the envelope, and here we have a cut, so that if we do like this, let me enable it. Where do I enable? Okay, volume, I have to apply the, actually, why is not, okay, so it's not this, it's this one here, so I have to put it maybe times 3. No. So here we have different types of filters, time low pass, but it's not doing anything. Let me put high pass. Okay, let me apply again the, I don't know why, oh, okay, yeah, I know why this is not doing anything, and I will explain you in a bit. But that's basically the filter. Before I show you how you can enable a filter, because it's a little bit tricky, because you have here operator 1, but I didn't explain you the matrix here, and the matrix is where you route everything. The output of each element here is where you route it to the output of the oscillator. So right now I just have, you can see here, this is the operators, effects, and so on. So here, this is a matrix, and you can modulate or send the output of this oscillator to, for instance, operator 5. So you can automate or send the FEM signal or the signal back into operator 5, and this will create the what is called the FEM modulation, and that's how the matrix works. But before we jump into more advanced stuff, let's say I want to control the volume of the operator 1. I just go here and decrease the volume. So as you can see here, this is the operator 1, and I'm sending its signal to the output. If I do it in the maximum, I have a lot of signal. If I decrease, I have less signal. So let's say I want to send oscillator 1 to FX 1 or to the filter 1. So what I do is this, and then I go to the output of the FX here, and I just add it. So this doesn't work, so what do I have to do? Okay, so let's see. No, it should work. So this is effects, strange. So this is the output of this is strange. It should work. So let me think about this. So this is the output, like this. Okay, so I figured out what was going on. So I did here, let me stop this. I did here in the filter, so this is what I have to do. Go to operator 1, send the output of the operator into filter F1, and then go and do F1 to the output. And this was not working because I had here a high pass filter and the cut frequency was very high. So I was not listening anything on my headphones because I was applying a high pass filter and I was cutting all the information that this bell has. So the trick here was to just decrease decrease here the cut, and now we have here. Let me reduce a little bit of the volume. Okay, sorry for the noise. And as you can see here, now we have the envelope, the filter, sorry, and we can apply whatever filter we want. Let's go with a low pass. Now we can't hear, but we see that we have signal, and this is because, sorry, I will pause the video. Okay, so let's see where I was. Where was I? So now if we go here and open up the cut of the filter, now we can listen. And this is how you can do control the filter. We have here resonance, and we can also add. We can change the low frequency and apply high frequency. So we have a lot of control. We can even add envelope so that it overrides the original envelope here of the oscillator. Okay, so this is the filter, and we are getting the bell sound. So a bell sound is very short in the beginning. It's a very short sound, and I control that here with the envelope. So if I open up, now we have a more long sound because we are increasing the gap, let's say. And now I want to add a lot of reverb, so a lot of, not reverb, release. So now we are getting something. We are getting a bell. So now I'm controlling the envelope. So let's go to filter. Here in filter, I don't want to apply any type of EQ, but I want to apply this here. And this is a very nice distortion. So I want to decrease it, and I also want to make it a little bit lower in volume. We can add more amp, decrease the mix. We can even add a different mode, and we can change here the distortion type. Okay, so now if I open up the oscillator output to the output and I decrease this, this is our original sound. Okay, but now we have this. Okay, the volume was not the same, but it's a different sound. I can also see visually that we have a lot of low frequency here, so I'm going to apply a high pass filter. Okay, this is strange. Okay. I can continue. I continue to see this frequency here, which is very strange, but whatever. So I'm going to put this off and disable the volume. Okay, so now the next step is I want to add some effects. So this sound is nice, but I also want to add a little bit of the effects. And this is a nice example, and I hope I'm transmitting the idea correctly, because this is a very hard and confusing subject, even for me. Sometimes it gets a little bit hard, and I have to mess around and look a little bit longer for what I want to do. And okay, so now with this, I show you the main. I explain you a little bit of the main, the basics of the operator, the filter, and now I'm going with the effects. So it's a simple sound, as you can see here, a simple sound, but we can change it and go through all the steps, the important tabs here of this of Sytrus, and you will be able to have an idea of what you can do and how, at least a basic, a general overview of the several tabs, and then it's all the same. you know. So we have here the operator, the filter, and now we are going to the effects. So to go to the effects, it's the same thing, but now we have, instead of routing the output of one to effects, we just simply add it here. Okay, and you increase the volume as you want. And here we have the effects. So we have chorus, we have then delays and reverb. And again, here you have only two options, the panning and the volume. And you can apply envelopes to all these parameters here. And for volume, it's the same. Okay, so reverb, I want to add a little bit of reverb. Add a low cut. I think this is a low cut. Yeah, it should be. So we can add a little bit more of volume. Now we see a lot of the tail of the reverb, or listen to a lot of the tail. We can also add here a little bit of delay and feedback. We can put this on ping pong mode. So maybe not a lot of feedback, and increase the volume. Okay. And you can see that you can, let me take this out, and you can mix how much of effects you want. So this is a very powerful way of mixing. You can mix here all the operators. And as you can see here, we have now a very nice bell. And if I open up another instance of Sytrus, let's go here to Synth Classic, Sytrus, and put this on default. This was the sound that we started with, and now we have this. Very nice. So this is, as you can see, again, the difference. Okay, so let's have a review of what we did here. So we went through the main, and here in the main you can control the main elements or parameters of this instance of Sytrus. Then I showed you a little bit of the FM matrix, and here is where you can route the operators to act on other operators, or you can route the operators here to effects or to filters and then to effects. And you can also do panning here. And then the last row here is our column. This is a row, this is a column, I think. And the last one here is where you want each parameter to go to the output. And then if I wanted a little bit of the first one, I could add it, but you can see that you can mix all the oscillators and all the filters and effects you want. So here then in the operator 1 we have the basic shapes of the oscillator. We can change here and see now. You can see I have a lot of low frequency that I have to correct here. Let me see, let me put this on channel 1. Let's open up Fidelity EQ. Let's apply a high pass filter. Okay, now we don't have that nasty alias stuff here that opens up, that appears in the low frequencies. And we can change the sound to be completely different of what we have. Okay, then we have here the envelopes for each parameter here. You can define for the volume. You have all these functions here. The panning, mod, pitch. Mod is modulation, pitch, phase, dampening, and oscillator. Then we have the filter. And again, you control the orientation or the sound path of all these operators and filters using the matrix here. So it's very nice. It's important that you understand here the matrix. If I was not very clear, you can ask questions, and also you can try it for yourself and click on all buttons, mess around with it, so that you can have a better understanding of what it does. And okay, so we have the operators, we have the filters. You can have several types of filters here. You can then control how much the weight of the filter. So if you have just one, you will have only one instance of this filter. If you have 2 times 2, it will have the double of the effect, means that it will go through the same effect twice, and 3 times, 2 times, and 3 times. I don't know. This is alternative triple. I don't know. I don't know a lot of these effects, but again, it's not that hard. It's low pass, high pass, and then bands and shelves and peakings and all that stuff. Then we have here some controls. We can do the same for this, for the volume. And then we have here a mode of wave shape, so it's distortion. And here I just changed the shape of the shape that I want. Here this is basically the same of having this one here. So distortion, wave shaper, is basically the same thing, but you have it inside of Sytrus. And then you have here the mode that you can do and turn it on and off. And then we have the effects. We have here a chorus, we have delays, and then reverb, and you can add also envelopes and LFOs to the volume and panning of the effects. And as you can see, this is very, very complex, but it's also very nice because it gives you a lot of control over how you want your sounds to sound. And you can do a lot of tweaking and do really nice sounds with this plugin. So that's it, guys. We end up with this really nice bell preset that I'm going to save, and I'm going to share with you. You can find it here in the description of this link, of this video, sorry. And I will have a link there so that you can download, and you can use this preset on your own. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Again, I'm sorry for the noise of the construction work here. I will try to cut whatever I can out, and I hope the video ends up nice. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. If you are new here to this channel, consider subscribing and activate the notifications so that you know when we upload new videos. And if you like to support this channel, consider buying one of our products at dailybeats.pt or becoming a premium or exclusive member, and you will have access to video tutorials, exclusive, and also the project files of these tutorials. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. My name is Tiago Duarte, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.